Very special and historic day. I'm going to bring you a story that nobody truly knows about Her Majesty the Queen and the former actress known as Meghan Markle. Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the heart of London. Lovely to see you today. Hope you're all keeping well, fine and dandy. Truly mean that. Whatever ailments we've all got today, let's just sigh and sort of be positive, whatever's happening in our lives. I know it's incredibly difficult, isn't it? Don't know about you, but I keep getting colds and then getting rid of them. Oh, you know what it's like. Let's just park the ailments for today and move on, because it is a very special day. But this particular story I wanted to share with you because it just shows the inner side of how gracious and kind Her Majesty the Queen truly is. Now, if you recall, of course, that interview with Oprah Winfrey and Harry and Meghan, do you remember that she went on at length about how she was struggling and within the royal family, and there wasn't really anybody to talk to, she was having dark thoughts, all that sort of stuff. Now, I'm not sort of decrying that. It must have been very difficult joining a very established family, a brand that is known around the world. But as I've often said also here on the show before, what was Prince Harry doing? I mean, it's interesting, isn't it? He sort of looked down at that point when she said she was struggling. Why couldn't he reach out to her and keep offering it advice? Seemingly, maybe he was too busy working in his own mental health, as we've now found out. But here is a story that was told to me by a very senior palace source, and I wanted to share it with you. As we know, on that very historic day now, way back in May 2018, do you remember when Meghan Markle walked down, of course, the aisle with Prince Harry? And it did seem really strange, didn't it? Because the only family that she had was her mother, Doria. And I remember being there on the night that they arrived at the hotel, and they pulled up in this very glitzy car, and it just seemed very sad that there was no one else with them. There was nobody to celebrate that night. Well, it's interesting to note because, as I say, the good source told me this. As they checked into that hotel, that house, Her Majesty the Queen had placed a personal call through to speak to both Meghan and her mother, to welcome them to the United Kingdom and to basically say, was there anything that they needed or she could do to make the day ahead a little bit easier. It's interesting to note, isn't it, because Her Majesty the Queen, as ever, a very busy lady, but realised that she wanted to be seen as someone that wasn't, of course, as cold-hearted as she'd been portrayed previously, and of course lacking in emotion. Only on public events, I might point out. She's a very warm, kind and gentle lady in private. That's what I've been told. What's interesting, though, is that this particular story has never seen the light of day. And surely, of course, both Meghan and Doria would know about this. I'm not sure for how many minutes this conversation took place, but apparently they were both very moved, that's Meghan and Doria, and thanked Her Majesty the Queen graciously themselves. And I thought it was a really nice thing to do when you consider that, yes, it must have been daunting for Meghan's mother to turn up in the United Kingdom with that big day, with the world's media looking upon you. And then, on top of all that, to get a phone call from Her Majesty the Queen. But it just shows how kind, caring and thinking of others our gracious Majesty the Queen truly is. And on today that she celebrates 70 years on the throne, isn't it nice to share a story about some positivity, rather than, of course, the last 18 months, which have been a lot of negatives about the British monarchy. But I'd love to know what you think to this particular story in the comments below. Please be kind and caring. As I say, let's be respectful. We have to be kind to each other. That's what will make this channel a unique success. And above all, I truly enjoy your company. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.